Okay, so this is for the sitemap assignment, and I just want to kind of show you correct file structure as well as how to set up your files. So you can't really do a sitemap, a visual sitemap, until you do this. So what I would do is just find some images to put in here, find some videos, and I'll explain this here in a minute, and put them in there just so I can see that you understand the structure. But the first thing is you need to create a root folder on your desktop. Now this is what we call the remote, okay? Because once it's remote, then you will upload it to a server. But this is called the remote root folder, and it should be all lowercase and one word. If you make it more than 2 words, it could truncate and your website won't work because the server won't be able to find it, okay? So all one word, name it whatever you want. You can call it root folder, or you can call it whatever your website name is, but all lowercase, okay? And inside that folder, let me show you, we have other folders, okay? These are subdirectories, all right? So if we look, basically I just created 5 new folders, okay? And you'll notice where the index page is, okay? This is the index page you created last week, and it needs to go inside the root folder outside the subdirectories to work, because when you type in rootfolder.com, basically it's going to look for that page, and it needs to be outside the subdirectories, okay? And the assets folder will be things like PDFs and other things that you might use later on, just things that you could download like white papers and that kind of stuff, okay? HTML, well, that's going to hold all your other pages, and if we look at the pages I have here, basically the index is the home page, and then contact, location, and menu. These are just ones I came up with. You should come up with your own, but so these will be the sub pages. So when I go to the home page, I will be able to click to these 3 pages, okay? And then I have an images folder where I just have some images in here that I already kind of had laying around, okay? And we can look at it this way. This might give you a better idea. So I just had some images that I worked on for another website. And then media is going to be sound and video, okay? And then miscellaneous might be any Word documents or emails that are pertain to your website, okay? So if we go back, let's take a look at the web structure again. Okay, let me go back here. So we have these folders, and I'm just going to view as a list. Okay, assets, HTML. Notice everything has lowercase. Now, these are videos. This is media. This probably isn't going to matter because you're going to link them probably out of YouTube or someplace else. But just to be sure that you're following naming conventions, this should really be all lowercase, okay? So if you have any uppercase file names, and it just has to be the first letter, I would definitely change those. Try to keep them all lowercase if you can, okay? So this is your basic folder structure. Just create, you can copy your index page and then just rename them, paste them and rename them. You'll end up editing these anyways. So you'll see how the structure works. Now I can't create a sitemap until I actually get this done. Now there's 2 types of sitemaps. There's the visual one, which you're doing this week, and then there's the actual Google sitemap, which is going to be an HTML document, but you can't really submit that until you get everything created, until you finish your website. Okay, so you're just in the first stages. But this shows you how the structure should really be, okay? If you follow this exactly, you should have no problems. Again, I'm looking at this, and if I'm going to use this later, I'm going to probably want that to be lowercase. And I really don't like to have spaces as well. That's a big no-no. So try to name all your files without spaces or caps or special characters. Okay, numbers are fine, but like asterisks and that kind of stuff. Now this is a Word document. I probably won't be uploading that. I'll probably just be copying and pasting from that. So this is for the folder and file structure for your website. It has to be in this configuration or it's not going to work, okay? So just make sure that you follow all naming conventions and that your first page is called index.html inside the main root folder. Okay?